We have our next witness is Officer Peter Camacho. Mr. Camacho, before I put you under oath, I just want to inform you that the reason you are asked to be here is to give testimony about the events surrounding the escort of former Attorney General Edward Buckingham. It is for the committee to get evidence or to support or not to support the allegations surrounding the police escort of, or rather Article 4, 6, and 11 in the resolution, House Resolution 17-111. I do want to say that you are not a defendant, you're not being charged, you're not, all we want is to see if we can gain information regarding those events. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm going to put you under oath, then I'm going to ask you to state your name and your title and the agency you represent. So with that, can you kindly raise your right hand, please? Mr. Camacho, or Officer Camacho, do you swear or affirm, under penalty of law, that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Would you kindly just state your name and your title and the agency you represent for the record? So that should.
My name is Peter R. Camacho. I'm a police officer 1, the Department of Public Safety.
Thank you, officer. Officer, do you have a legal counsel with you today?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you for appearing before us. Can I ask you, officer, what do you do at DPS? Are you like patrol or detective, or just what division, I guess, are you with?
I'm with the patrol division.
Okay, thank you. And can you just tell the committee what does a police officer in patrol do? What is your regular, what are you responsible for?
Our responsibility is to make routine checks, do patrols around the island, respond to complaints.
Thank you, officer. And how long have you been a police officer?
19.
How many?
19 years.
You are a police officer 2?
Oh, correction. No, police officer 1.
Police officer. And how long have you been a police officer?
Correction on that, sir. It's 12 years.
Okay, well, thank you. Officer Camacho, you're aware of the events surrounding the Attorney General Buckingham police escort to the airport. Is that correct? Are you aware?
Yes, sir.
Did you escort Mr. Buckingham to the airport?
No, sir.
Can you tell us on August 3rd, which was a Friday, were you on duty on August 3rd?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the committee what was your shift on August 3rd?
Our August 3rd, I believe our shift was the afternoon shift.
And what time does it start and what time does the shift normally end?
1500 to 2300.
So that would be about 3 p.m. to about 9 p.m.?
11.
Thank you. And Mr. Camacho, were you called to respond to Aquarius on the day of August 3rd during your shift?
Yes, sir.
And can I ask who dispatched you to the Aquarius? Do you know?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us?
Okay, on that particular evening, my field supervisor, Mr. Officer John Mendiola, called me and asked me if I could go and assist with the OP investigators to assist with serving the arrest warrant over
Okay.
the Aquarius Beach Tower.
Okay. You were called by he was your shift supervisor?
Field supervisor.
Field supervisor, I'm sorry. And this is Sergeant John Mendiola?
Sir, it's Police Officer 3.
Police Officer
John Mendiola.
Thank you. Police Officer 3, John Mendiola. And can you just tell the committee when you were called to go to Aquarius to serve or assist OPA to serve, what happened then when you arrived? Can you just tell us what happened when you responded to that request?
Okay, well, I went there and met up with Mrs. Juanette Atalik and John Santos. Then from there, he briefed me on the, to serve a warrant. So when I looked at a warrant, I noticed it was a penal summons. So it wasn't an arrest warrant, it was a penal summons. So there, he asked me if I could assist him in serving the warrant to Mr. Buckingham, because they tried, I think, I don't know how many times they tried serving him the warrant, but they couldn't get to him.
Thank you. And is that does that ever happen where investigators from another agency call another law enforcement to help each other out? Is that unusual or is that common?
Yeah, it's like common, like practice. They usually call for assistance to help them serve a warrant, arrest warrant, search warrant, or etc.
So it's a fair statement to say that interagency cooperation between law enforcement agencies exists. Is that correct?
Yeah, but for me, that's my first time to assist them.
I see. Thank you. And so when you got to Aquarius and was briefed by OPA investigators that they were having a difficult time serving and they asked for your assistance,
yes.
What did you do then?
There, I called for additional units to assist me. So when I waited for my units to arrive, when they got there, that's when we proceeded over to the lobby area. And then from there, we spoke to the receptionist, and they called the manager. There, the manager, we spoke to the manager. He wouldn't let us go up to, the room. So instead, he called the room, and I believe he spoke to a female. And then after his brief conversation on the phone, he told us that Mr. Buckingham wasn't there.
Before I ask you what happened next, can you just clarify? You said when you called additional units, do you recall who responded? The additional unit or the backup, I think was the word you used?
There was Officer Patrice and Myron Lanizu.
I see. Thank you. And so when kind of going further, just so we kind of understand the timeline here, when the front desk called up the room, they said that the Attorney General, Mr. Buckingham, was not there. Is that correct?
That's according to the manager.
According to the manager.
Yes.
What did you guys do next?
We left. We went back to the parking lot and we told Mr. Santos, that we weren't able to, go up to the room.
Okay, thank you. So you were not able to serve it because Mr. Buckingham was not there. So you informed Mr. Santos about that. So what happened after you told Mr. Santos?
After that, we just waited.
Yeah, you waited at the Aquarius
Yeah.
parking lot outside, no?
Yeah.
Okay. And did anything else? What happened after that? After you were waiting?
Well, after that, we waited for a while. Then I believe John spotted one of our co-workers at that time, in the parking lot. So, when I looked over, I noticed it was one of my colleagues or my co-workers in the parking lot. So, yeah, he was just walking around.
Did you talk to your co-worker?
That was after, later on, because he got in one of the sedans. I believe that was Mr. Buckingham's sedan. So he, got in the car and drove away. And then Mr. Santos told me, "You don't mind? Can you follow the officer and see where he's going?" So I did. I followed the officer, and I pulled him over in the Chalampio area. And that's when I noticed it was Mr. Sakisa. Then I, eventually asked him what was he doing with the car. He told me it was just, a family member requesting if he can assist. That's it.
That's. Thank you. And so when he said he was just assisting the family, I think maybe his wife at the time.
Yes.
Then what did you proceed to do after that? Did you ask him anything else?
No, just that. He told me he was just helping the wife. Because the wife was close to, Buckingham's wife.
Mm.
So, I just asked him that. Then after that, I believe I called the supervisor, Mr. Sarlu. Then I asked him if he was working that night, and he said no, he was off.
When you said he was off, were you asking if Mr. Sarlu was off, or if
Yeah. I was asking Mr. Sarlu if he was working.
If Detective Sakisa was working? And Detective Sarlu said that Detective Sakisa was off.
Yes.
Thank you. Officer, do you recall if you asked Detective Sakisa if he knew if there was a penal summons to be served?
I'm not sure, but I don't know. I don't remember if I asked him, but no.
It's okay if you don't recall.
I don't remember asking.
Yeah, don't try to. Yeah, if you're not sure, just say I'm not sure. I don't recall. Thank you. Any other members? I yield for now. Representative De La Cruz.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, Officer Camacho.
Sir.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Officer Camacho, in line with the Chairman's questioning, after the Aquarius and when it was found that the Buckinghams were not there and couldn't be served the penal summons, the OPA investigators left Aquarius. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? You stayed back.
Yes, sir.
to see if there was going to be any other activities.
Yes, sir.
After the OPA investigators left, did you receive a call on your cell phone?
While I was waiting there, yes.
Okay. And who was calling you? Was it Central?
My field supervisor.
Your field supervisor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was the conversation about when you received that call?
When I got the call, Officer Mendiola directly told me to back off, pull away from the assignment. Do not assist.
Okay, so you were instructed
Yes.
not to assist OPA investigators in the serving of the penal summons.
Yes.
Would you know where that instruction was coming from? Was it coming directly from your field supervisor or from someone else?
When I got the instructions, I asked him why, and he said just back off because it's coming from 02, which is Ambrosio.
Okay. At any time after 8:30 p.m., did you ever call Detective Sarah Lu?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And can you tell the members here what that call entailed?
I called him up after I put over Mr. Sakisa and asked him, basically it's a short conversation. I asked him if Mr. Sakisa was working, and he said no, he's off. I said okay.
The phone conversation or the cell phone conversation that you had with Detective Sarah Lu, let me rephrase that. Did Detective Sarah Lu ever mention to you to back down on assisting OPA?
No, sir.
Rep, can we have a short recess? Short recess.
No objection.